Have you ever noticed how sometimes in the middle of your busy adult life, there's a quiet voice inside you, longing for something more? More play, more freedom, more laughter? That's the voice of your inner child, gently reminding you that beyond all the responsibilities and obligations, there's a part of you that still yearns for joy. Reconnecting with this part of yourself isn't just about feeling good. It's about healing old wounds, reigniting creativity, and finding true authenticity in a world that often demands conformity. It's about remembering that you were once free, spontaneous, and curious, and that part of you still exists.
That sounds so powerful. But how can we begin this process of reconnecting with our inner child? Isn't it just something we grow out of as we become adults? Or is it possible that the reason we feel disconnected and even anxious sometimes is because we've lost touch with that playful, curious part of ourselves? I wonder, what are some signs that our inner child is calling out to us, asking to be seen, heard, and loved again?
That's a great question. Often we notice it in moments when we feel inexplicably sad, frustrated, or even overly reactive to small things. It's as though a younger part of us is crying out for attention. This might show up as feeling creatively blocked, constantly seeking external validation, or even experiencing anxiety when faced with vulnerability. But here's the thing. The moment you notice these signs, you've already taken the first step toward reconnection. The key is to listen to that voice with compassion, to slow down and ask yourself, what does my inner child need right now? How can I nurture them today?
I love that idea of slowing down and asking those questions. But what if we feel resistance? What if the idea of reconnecting with our inner child feels silly or uncomfortable? I imagine that for some of us, especially those who've learned to suppress emotions or avoid vulnerability, this process might stir up discomfort. How can we move through that resistance and make space for this deep healing work without feeling overwhelmed or ashamed?
That's such an important point. Resistance is a natural part of any healing journey, especially when we're touching parts of ourselves that have been hidden or neglected. The key is to approach it with gentleness. Start small. Maybe by engaging in a playful activity you enjoyed as a child, like drawing, singing, or dancing. Don't force it. Instead, invite your inner child to come forward at their own pace. Another powerful practice is journaling, writing letters to your younger self, expressing love, understanding, and forgiveness. This isn't about perfection. It's about creating a safe space within yourself where healing can begin.
That makes so much sense. So, by embracing these practices and allowing ourselves to feel, we're not just playing, we're actually giving voice to parts of ourselves that have been silent for too long. I'm curious, though, how does this process of reconnecting with the inner child impact our daily lives? Will we really notice a difference? Can this actually help us feel more grounded, present, and at peace with who we are?
Absolutely. When you embrace your inner child, you begin to soften the harsh inner critic that often governs your thoughts. You'll find yourself approaching challenges with more creativity and resilience. Relationships may improve because you're no longer reacting from a place of unresolved pain, but responding with compassion and understanding. You'll rediscover a sense of wonder in the everyday, a sunrise, a song, a simple moment of connection. And perhaps most importantly, you'll reclaim a sense of belonging within yourself. It's a subtle shift, but one that transforms how you experience the world.
That's beautiful. It's almost like we're rewriting the story of our lives, not as victims of circumstance, but as active participants in our own healing. I imagine this could inspire so many people to take those first steps. Before we wrap up, can you share a simple practice our listeners can try today to begin reconnecting with their inner child? Something they can do right now without any complicated tools or preparation?
Absolutely. Here's a simple but powerful practice. Find a quiet space. Sit comfortably, close your eyes, and take a few deep breaths. Now imagine a younger version of yourself, maybe 5 or 6 years old. Picture them standing before you. Notice how they look, what they're feeling. Gently ask them, "What do you need from me today?" Listen. Offer them love, reassurance, and support. Let them know they're safe and valued. Stay with this image for a few minutes, breathing deeply. When you're ready, open your eyes and carry that sense of connection into the rest of your day.
That's such a beautiful practice. I can feel how it invites presence and compassion. To all our listeners, I encourage you to give this a try today. Even a few moments of connection with your inner child can open doors to deep healing and joy. Remember, this journey isn't about fixing yourself. It's about remembering and embracing who you've always been.
Exactly. And as we continue on this path, let's remind ourselves to approach life with curiosity, kindness, and a willingness to listen to the child within. Thank you for joining us on this journey today.
We'll see you next time on Soulvera. Until then, stay playful, stay connected, and above all, stay true to yourself.